The kidnapping and murder of Shibli Sadiq Hridoy. Hridoy was a 20-year-old Bengali whose father was a truck driver. Since his family was very poor, he had started to work in a poultry farm in Kadolpur as a manager alongside his studies at Kadolpur School and College. On the farm, he became friends with several Mama men who also worked there. From childhood, Sadiq had a great passion for studying and he had big dreams for his life. So, to fulfill his dreams, he started working at a poultry farm at a very young age to pay his college fees. He was doing such a great job there at the poultry farm that the owner promoted him straight from a regular worker to a manager. Even after receiving this position, Sadiq showed no trace of arrogance. He continued to work diligently. He worked for quite some time, during which he had managed to save some money for his college fees, and had also made quite a few friends there. All his friends were older than him by 5 to 6 years, but they all respected Sadiq and worked under him because he was educated and serious about his work. As a manager, he also made sure that others worked honestly while on duty. However, sometimes due to Sadiq's honesty, there would be conflicts with his own friends at the farm, but these conflicts were not major and were usually resolved within the farm premises. On the morning of August 28, 2023, just like any other day, Sadiq went to work and did his job. But that day, he did not return home on time in the evening. Between 11:30 and midnight, his parents called him, but Sadiq didn't pick up any of their calls, something that had never happened before. The next morning, Sadiq's parents tried calling their son once again, but Sadiq didn't answer this time either. They also tried calling the owner of the poultry farm, but his phone was also unreachable. Sadiq's parents searched around their home and also asked people near the poultry farm about their son, but no one knew anything about Sadiq. Amidst this worrying, on the morning of the 29th, they received a call from Sadiq's number. Seeing this, Sadiq's parents felt a little relieved. However, as soon as they answered the call, they felt their son was quite panicked. During the call, Sadiq told his mother he had been kidnapped and was inside a car for the last 12 hours. He also said he was being beaten a lot and was hiding to call them. It didn't take long when the call suddenly got disconnected. Being the only heir of the family, his parents got really worried. While they tried to call back, the call was being ended by someone else. After this, Sadiq's mother, Nahid Akhtar, was about to go to the police to file a complaint when she received another call from the same number. But this time, it wasn't Sadiq, but a stranger speaking. The boy on the other end said, Sadiq's family was very poor, but because it was a matter of their only son's life, they started gathering money. For the next 3 days, they put all their efforts into collecting money, but still they couldn't gather enough. On August 31st, 2023, the kidnappers called Sadiq's parents again and demanded money. But Sadiq's parents said to the kidnappers that they couldn't gather so much money. After hearing Sadiq's parents' words, the kidnappers also compromised with them and told them to bring to Laktoka $1,700 quickly, then Sadiq would be released. But even then, Sadiq's parents told the kidnappers that Laktoka was also too much for their family. In response, the kidnappers said if they weren't given the full amount, they would kill Sadiq. After wandering everywhere, they managed to gather to Bangladeshi taka within 3 days and were just waiting for the kidnappers' call. On September 4th afternoon, the kidnappers called and summoned Sadiq's father near the Bandarban district headquarters with money. Besides, they threatened again that, if he disclosed anything to the police, Sadiq wouldn't be alive. Since Sadiq's parents wanted to save their son, they didn't take any risks and went straight to the location indicated by the kidnappers, paying them the ransom. As they took the money, they assured Sadiq's father that his son would reach home before him. Hearing this, Sadiq's father was immensely relieved and hurried home. But upon reaching, he found Sadiq hadn't arrived yet. The night had fallen, and they hadn't received any further information about Sadiq. Sadiq's father was too afraid, because the kidnappers had warned him that if he tried to tell the police anything, they would harm Sadiq. By August 28th to September 7th, Sadiq had been missing for more than 10 days. Sadiq's parents decided to go to the local police station. There, they recounted everything that had happened over the past 10 days to the police. The police quickly assembled a team to search for Sadiq. Once, Sadiq had told his mother about a fight he had with his friends inside the poultry farm. Upon hearing this, the police began searching for those boys who had fought with Sadiq. Once, Sadiq had told his mother about a fight he had with his friends inside the poultry farm. Upon hearing this, the police began searching for those boys who had fought with Sadiq. Without wasting any time, the police went straight to the poultry farm, and upon reaching there, they apprehended the 6 workers who were working there. Afterwards, each of them were interrogated one by one. In the initial investigation, they tried to prove themselves innocent, but in the end, when the police pressured them, 4 out of the 6 boys confessed to their crime. The names of these 4 boys were Amung Ching Mama, Shui Ching Mung Mama, Ayangi Mung Mama, and Ukya Thawai Mama. The police arrested these 4 on charges of kidnapping, and still no one knew about the other 2 people. During the investigation, they refused to disclose Sadiq's location. However, after being kept in jail and tortured for quite some time, they revealed about their other 2 accomplices. On September 11th, they began to recount how, on the night of August 28th, when Sadiq was returning home, they kidnapped him to take revenge. Their plan was to kidnap Sadiq, beat him, and then demand money from his parents in exchange for releasing him. Initially, everything was going according to plan, and these people were going to get the money. However, during this time, Sadiq saw the faces of the 2 of them, which made them think that Sadiq now knew everything. Therefore, they thought that if they let Sadiq go, he would inform the police and they would be caught. So they used a knife to cut Sadiq repeatedly from his face to his feet. As a result, Sadiq bled a lot and died. When the police asked about Sadiq's body, to which his killers replied that after killing Sadiq, they had cut his body into pieces and thrown it on a hill. After that, the police went with the killers to the hill, where they found some body parts. Among those pieces, the police found a proper body, only a little far away, but its face was completely disfigured and beyond recognition. But, after looking at the clothes on that body, and its height, Sadiq's family confirmed that it was their son. Now, the police had arrested all of them on murder charges, and during custody, Amingching Mama made several revelations in the Shibli Sadiq murder case. He stated that he had a good friendship with Sadiq, but 2 months ago, they had a disagreement over some issues. After that, Amingching decided to take revenge on Sadiq. Additionally, he mentioned in his statement that he had killed Sadiq with his own hands and even ate small pieces of his body afterwards. As soon as this news appeared in the media, protests started across the country. During this time, people couldn't tolerate their anger, and when the police were taking all these accused on the evening of September 11th, the crowd snatched Amingching from the police and beat him so severely that he died on the spot. Before the court could sentence him, people themselves gave him the punishment for his deeds. Moreover, the police managed to remove all the other accused with great difficulty and put them behind bars. Since then, there have been no updates on this case. On September 11th, police recovered Hridoy's chopped body from the deep forest of Rauzen. One of the accused, Amangching Mama, was killed in a mob attack while returning after recovering the body. Hridoy was abducted 14 days before the body was found.